It's a gift, sir, from Mr. Thresher.
Oh my God, does this guy ever stop?
In Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 5, Dwight Manfredi's gang recorded quite a few hits. Some of Cal Thresher's attacks demand explanation. As the play progresses, every character in Tulsa King is grappling with mounting stress, increasing conflicts, and a growing number of issues. This complicates the storyline of the series, while simultaneously providing fantastic entertainment and creating opportunities for some amazing character moments, such as Tyson's decision to embrace the mafia lifestyle. Now, following Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 5, the narrative of Dwight and his group has grown so convoluted that some justification might be necessary. Tulsa King's most recent episode explored some of the issues the remainder of the season has highlighted. Dwight's friends, particularly Armand and Bodie, are questioning their allegiances, and Cal Thresher's relationship with the Chinese gang world is increasingly dividing both the Kansas City and New York gangs. Though Dwight is Sylvester Stallone's funniest character in years, his brand of comedy cannot contain all the issues he is dealing with. Bill, Chicky, and Dwight's sit-down notes for Tulsa King Season 2. Throughout the majority of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 5, three of the main criminals, Daryl, Chicky Invernizzi, and Bill Bevilacqua, arranged a time and place for a sit-down. Bill and Chicky were able to agree on a meeting in Atlanta. Although he hadn't decided yet, Dwight also appeared receptive to the notion. Should Dwight make it to the Atlanta sit-down, Tulsa King season may 2nd suffer greatly. Depending on how it goes, the Eastern and Western gang scene can transform entirely overnight. At the conclusion of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 4, Dwight said that, had his fury not gotten in the way, he would have been ready to make a deal with Bill. That could indicate that Dwight will be more open to negotiating during the sit-down. With a few well-placed comments, Dwight may change Bill Bevilacqua and the Kansas City Mafia from an opponent to an ally if he plays his cards well. Frank Grillo hinted in an interview for Tulsa King Season 2 that Dwight and Bill could transform from adversaries to allies. Although Dwight stands to benefit from the sit-down in rather obvious terms, it is more difficult to ascertain Bill and Chicky's desired outcome from the conference. Bill might be content with only receiving a slice of Dwight's Tulsa earnings, but he is still enraged about Carl's death and might expect more than just monetary retribution. Given their turbulent past and Chicky's instability, he most certainly won't want to interact with Dwight in any capacity. Given that Vince, Chicky's capo, has the potential to inherit the Invernizzi crime family, the sit-down presents a significant opportunity for him. Cal Thresher attacks, Dwight explained. One of the most memorable scenes in Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 5, was when Cal Thresher's employees arrived at the wind farm and started to ruin the location. Although their objective was somewhat clear, they wanted to delay Dwight's project and incur significant costs in terms of time and money to get it back up and running. There was also a subtlety to the situation. Cal executed a power play against Jackie Ming first, then targeted Dwight. Cal had utilized Jackie's workers without his consent as a form of retaliation, following Jackie's assertion of his control over the poppy fields and the murder of the thieves. More psychological was the other covert goal for demolishing Dwight's wind farm. Dwight and his gang have been on edge ever since the failed hit. Bodie and the rest of the gang on the even higher plane were constantly on edge, but Dwight refused to leave his house without Bigfoot keeping a watchful eye. Cal Thresher's attack on the wind farm reminds us that he was constantly searching for a means of rear-stabbing them. This incident essentially served as a warning to remain vigilant, as it could potentially lead to a significant conflict between Dwight and his allies. Do Cal Thresher and Bill Bevilacqua collaborate? Cal Thresher called Bill Bevilacqua following his semi-failed attack on Dwight's wind farm. While their conversation did not provide a comprehensive overview of everything that transpired between them, it did shed light on their connection and shared history. Bill had worked with Cal for a period, but ultimately wanted out of the alliance and allowed the Chinese gang to occupy his place. What isn't known, though, is why Bill wanted to distance himself from Cal, what drove their breakup, and what the nature of their relationship is in Tulsa King Season 2. Bill's statements seem to point to very little that suggests he and Cal are no longer collaborating. This could have a significant impact on Tulsa King Season 2, as it suggests that Bill is unlikely to help Cal resolve future issues with the Chinese gang or Dwight. Cal must have had a compelling reason to end the relationship, given that Bill is both a businessman and a gangster, earning a substantial income. Whatever caused their separation might have been severe enough to prevent Bill from continuing to support Cal in the future. Why did Cal Thresher send Margaret a bottle of champagne and Dwight? Not only did Cal Thresher order an extreme smash-up at the wind farm, but his attacks on Dwight also included a very unclear power play at the end of the episode. When Dwight and Margaret Devereaux sat down for their date, a waiter informed them that Thresher had gifted them an expensive bottle of wine. Although that's not the kind of behavior someone as vengeful as Cal would be expecting, it was indeed just as nasty as sending his troops to the wind farm. Cal's first attack endangered Dwight's company, but the champagne bottle endangered his personal life. Cal might have been trying to pry Margaret and Dwight apart. Throughout Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 5, Margaret was clearly becoming upset over Dwight and Cal's argument. She even insisted at the beginning of the date that no mention of his name should be made. Cal may have tried to ruin Dwight's business and romance. In a previous episode, Cal also made a move towards Margaret, but it appears that his intention was more to harm Dwight than to win her over. Not only did Cal interfere with Dwight's personal life, but he also discreetly provided advice to the mobster. Cal's decision to deliver a bottle of champagne to Dwight and Margaret was essentially another form of psychological warfare. He wanted to remind them he knew where they would be and when, that he could even reach them at their most private moments, like on a date, and that he was always observing. Another action to shake Dwight's confidence could potentially cause him significant stress and paranoia as Tulsa King Season 2 unfolds.